All right, friends, here we go. So as before, if you've listened to these before, prepare for a ton of excitement. I'm shot out of a cannon. It's about 9 o'clock on Monday night. You have your test on Thursday, and I'm trying to get this done for tomorrow so you guys can have 2 nights to watch it over and over and over again. I have got a very funky contraption working here to record this, and so it is not a perfect science, and I apologize, and my phone may drop at any moment, and you are going to hear my dog in the background playing with his squeaky toy and his nails on the floor and all that. Anyway, okay, so let's see here. We're going to start on page 1. This is graphing exponentials, and so I'm going to start with an X and a Y chart right here. Gets my brain on straight because, frankly, I don't feel like thinking about math right now. I'm doing this out of love for you. You better recognize. Okay. So I start right here with my x minus 2. That's the argument. And I'm going to start with what makes that a 0. So what makes that a 0 is if I put a 2 in. If I put a 2 in, it looks like this, which is a 0, and anything to the 0 is equal to 1, so 1 minus 1 is 0. Okay, and then I'm going to go 1 below it and 1 above it. So if I put a 1 in, then I would actually have a negative 1. So that is 1/4 minus 1. You can use a calculator to do that if you need to, or you can think about a quarter minus $1 would be negative 75 cents. Ooh, try that again. Negative 75 cents or negative 3/4. You can use decimals here if you're more comfortable with that, so you could just bust out a calculator if you needed to. And then with this 3, I'm going to bust out, if I put a 3 up here, that'd be 3 minus 2, which is a 1 minus 1. So this is 4 minus 1 equals 3. Hold on, I got to check and make sure my dog doesn't. Yes, I thought you might have something you're not supposed to have. Alrighty then. Sorry. Dog did in fact have a basketball that has been saved. Oh, great, there. Okay, it's sort of been saved, and it's mostly intact, though not completely, and it's slobbery. Gross. Okay, sorry, back to this. Okay, let's see. What am I doing? Oh, all right, so let's talk about the EBA, which is your horizontal asymptote. So if that helps you to think about that. With exponentials, it's always a horizontal asymptote, and with logarithms, it is always a vertical asymptote. They are inverses of each other, so it makes sense that if one's got a horizontal asymptote, the other one's got a vertical, because of course you switch your x's and your y's with an inverse. Okay, so when you're dealing with exponentials, you're going to look right here at this negative 1, and it is horizontal, so it's going to be y equals negative 1. A good way to remember that it's horizontal is that makes an upside down h, so we know it's y equals negative 1. Horizontal h, upside down h, horizontal negative 1. Okay. So this right here, I don't want to write all over my review here, but this dude right here is your horizontal asymptote. Okay, and then domain and range and increasing and decreasing, we'll figure that out after we've graphed it. Just gonna go ahead and label this real fun. Real fun. Okay, and so now I've got 1. Is it negative 3? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Let's put in the asymptote. The asymptote is y equals negative 1, so here it is. Okay, and 1 is negative 3/4, so I'm going to go about 3/4 of the way down at negative right there. And then 2, 0, so right there. And then 3, 3. 1, 2, 3. And so I'm going to hug this asymptote and come towards here. Nailed it. Okay, awesome possum. And then the domain is going to be, if I put my finger on the x-axis and I ask myself, is graph happening? It's happening all the way across. So that's negative infinity to infinity. And then for the, oh, sorry, I about took the picture off there. If I'm looking at the range, I put my finger on the y-axis and I ask myself, is graph happening? No, 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 no. As soon as I get to negative 1, yes, yes, yes. So this is negative 1 to infinity. Of course, it's a parenthesis, not a bracket, because negative 1 is not included. Now, is this graph increasing or decreasing? It is increasing as you keep going from left to right. As you read from left to right, every step you take to the right, it's going up, 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 up. It's getting bigger. Barely seems to be getting bigger here, but it is. And then you can see that it's getting bigger over there. So we're going to come over here and we're going to circle increasing. And then oh, I guess we're not asking you for, I thought we had to give a little interval over what it's increasing, but it doesn't say that. So if it did, we'd just go from negative infinity to infinity because that's where it's increasing. Okay, I'll double check with Miss Orr tomorrow and see if she's making her kiddos put that. And if she's not, then I won't make you guys. So on and so forth. Okay, we just nailed our first one. Look at that. We just got 7 points on our test. Cool. Next one. Ooh, it's got an E in it. Ooh. All right, let's start with our asymptote. It's going to equal 1. And I'm going to do my little X and Y chart to get my little brain on straight here. What would make this a 0? 0. So then I would have e to the 0 plus 1, which is 1 plus 1, which is a 2z. And then I'm going to go less than that. So if I put e to the negative 1 plus 1, that is 1 over e plus 1. And so that right there, you can just join your calculator to get a decimal. And dang it, I don't have a calculator, so I'm going to have to guess. Shh, don't tell anybody I did that. And so, because I'm too lazy to go find a calculator, and I'm not kidding, I will not be getting a calculator, so just deal with it. Okay, this one's easier because we know that this is 2.7 plus 1, so this is going to be about 3.7-ish. Okay. All right, now let's see. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, 3. Okay, I got to do a 3 because I said 3 over there. Okay, so 0 to... Shoot, I got to put in my asymptote. Can you hear my dog walking? I don't know if you can, if it's picking that up or not. His little nails are loud on the floor. All right, negative 1. Okay, this right here is some fraction. Good talk. I'm guessing 0.3, 0.4. Maybe it's 0.39 or something like that, 0.4. So this is like 1.4. Uh-oh, now my cat just meowed, and so that means the dog has to go now chase the cat. I might have to go save the cat in just a moment. Negative 1 is going to be up 1 plus about 4, 1.4. So 1.4 is going to be approximately right there. And then 1 and 3, 7. And yes, I can hear my dog. That's 3. And then so if this is 4.7 would be like there-ish. I can hear my dog getting my kitty cat. Okay, BRB. Late at night, you need to go to sleep. Okay, sorry, I'm back. If I pause it, it makes me, or I can't pause it, it makes me start a whole new thing. So sorry, you had to deal with that. Okay, so hopefully it gave you very important think time. Did you think? Were you thinking? You better have been. Okay, I think that's our graph. And then over here, the domain is, again, a very exciting all reals. And then our range is no, 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 no. As soon as we get to 1, yes, yes, yes. So it's 1 to infinity, not including the 1. Now, is this little sucker increasing or decreasing? It's increasing, good, and it's increasing all the time. So that's actually negative infinity to infinity. Okay, rightio-yo. Okay. I'll leave that one so you can keep looking at it and listen in on the next one. So this one right here is tricky business because of that negative up here. So this is kind of, you can have parentheses or not there. You don't have to have them. But sometimes you'll see them and sometimes you won't. So don't be afraid if you don't see them. Don't be afraid if you do see them. Sorry, I'm drinking a little hot tea to wake it all up. You know what I'm saying? This right here is going to be y equals 1. 2, 3, 4. Why am I doing this already when I don't even have any values? It's because I'm crazy, people. I run with scissors. Okay. All right, X and Y chart. Do, X and Y. And what would make that a 0? You guessed it, 0. So then I would have 3 to the 0 plus 1 is 1 plus 1, which is 2, which is the same as last one. Yay. Okay, and now is where it gets tricky. So I'm going to choose negative 1 and 1 like usual, but when I put a negative 1 in there, it's going to look like this. And so that, my friends, is 3 to the first plus 1, which is 4. This one is going to be putting a positive in, and then that negative is going to be applied to it. So this is actually 3 to the negative 1 plus 1, which is going to be 1/3 plus 1, which is 1 1/3. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to go 0. Where's my asymptote? 1. Okay, and then now 0, 2. And then negative 1 is going to be up at 4. 4, something like that. Uh-oh, did I just do that? Well, not really. Negative 1 is more like right over there. We'll just make the dot a little bit bigger. That's not the most accurate thing I've ever done. And then 1 is at 1 1/3. So 1 is at 1 1/3. And so, great news. This looks like a reflected x squared. Okay, so domain. No, I think I just said it looks like a reflected x squared. That's a lie. I was thinking about my son who keeps getting out of bed and I wasn't concentrating. Let me try that again. This looks like a reflected exponential. So instead of being growth, it is actually decay. All right, and so this is from negative infinity to infinity. That's our domain. And then our range is 1 to infinity. And this sucker is now decreasing. All right, we're going to take a quick time out and we're going to go see if Lucas is asleep because I think I heard him. Okay, let's go see what we see. This could get kind of... What are you doing? You want to say hi? Mommy's videoing for work. You want to say hi? Hi. Say, do your homework, people.
Do your homework, people.
All right, good one. You need to go to sleep. Good night. I love you.
Mommy, this
Stop playing with your feet.
well, this one hurts.
There's the dog.
This one hurts.
Stop messing with it. Go to sleep. Come on.
It actually hurts.
It hurts? Okay, well, I can't stop my video right now. I'll come back in a little bit, okay? I got one more problem, and then I'll come back. Go to sleep. Okay. Sorry about that. Oh, there's the house. You want to see it? Okay. Look at that. You don't get to look at my kit. Well, you can look at the kitchen. The kitchen, I just did the dishes. And then there's the contraption. This is what I use. Okay. I've just let you into the inner workings. Now, hold on. It's going to take me a second here. I have like a whole thing. Okay, does that work? Let's see. Okay, here we go. Back to it. One more. Then I gotta go cut his toenail, for the love of Pete. You didn't know you were gonna get to know all the nitty gritty of my life, did you? Well, lucky you. It's very exciting over here. I thought maybe that might wake you up though. All right, our horizontal asymptote is y equals -4. Ooh, I don't have a lot of space on this one, so I'm gonna have to go little. And it's being reflected down. We gave you a lame thing right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you see how we gave you a lame one? Because we're expecting you to reflect it down, but didn't give you very much space to do so. So this was not A+ work by us. We need to do better. Okay, so let's see what we've got. So 0, -1, and 1 are gonna do just fine. Now, the super confusing part for cuties here is the negative included in what's being evaluated? And the answer is no. This is classic PEMDAS, friends. Deal with your exponent first, then multiply by the -1, then subtract the 4. So this is -1 minus 4, which is -5. Okay? That was classic PEMDAS. You're welcome. Okay, so this would be a 1/2, so it's going to be -1/2 minus 4. So that is -4.5. You can use a calculator if you need to, if you're scared of that. Although you don't have a reason to be scared. Did I do that right? -4, so this is -2 minus 4 equals -6. All right, 0 is at -5, which is here. 1 is at -6, so 1 is at -6, which is here. And then -1 is at -4.5, which is barely over. So this thing actually looks like this. Sorry, it's all squeezed in there, but that's basically what it looks like. You know what we should do just for fun? Let's see what it would be when it's a 2. Oh, that's fun. So this is -4 minus 4, which is -8. So you can see that here at -2, it's going to be down here at -8, something like that. So that's awesome, possum. And now we've, ooh, that got not very good handwriting, sorry. I'm at a really awkward angle because I've got this thing holding my phone and I can't get very close on this side, so please forgive. And then we are going to go, ooh, so our range is happening all down here. So graph is happening, yes, 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 and then it stops. So it's going to go from -infinity all the way up to -4, not including -4. And that's it. And then is this sucker increasing or decreasing? Every step we take, it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and so that would be decreasing. So just a quick little recap. Notice this negative up here reflected it across the y-axis. Notice this negative out front reflected it across the x-axis. So I've said that a couple of times, but there you got to hear it again. Hopefully that helped with graphing exponentials. All right, I'm gonna pause or stop, I guess I'll stop, and then I'll pick back up in a few minutes. Bye.